One of the things I wanted to talk to you about, I wanted to play this, but we decided we shouldn't play it. We don't want anybody to have any sort of way to get it down. The episode of you when you were on The View, when you were running for president.
Donald Trump is a billionaire, a real estate mogul, and a television star. But does he really want to add President of the United States to his resume? A lot of people would like him to.
You got introduced as our friend Donald Trump.
Please, let's find out, and please welcome my friend, Donald Trump.
The View has officially hit absolute rock bottom, and the fallout is messier than anyone ever saw coming. For years, the show's been a battlefield of fiery debates, shady digs, and endless whispers of legal trouble looming overhead. But now, it's all crashing down hard, and no one saw this storm coming. The daytime talk show, notorious for stirring the pot, is literally drowning in scandal, caught up in an epic wave of legal drama. Even ABC is backing away fast, not wanting any part of this train wreck. We're not talking about a couple minor lawsuits here. No, we're looking at more than 30 explosive defamation suits slamming down at once. That's right, over 30, and these aren't petty issues or simple payouts either. They're stacked higher than Whoopi Goldberg's epic career achievements. Forget Joy Behar's side-eye. This drama's way nastier than any shade she's ever thrown on air. Whoopi Goldberg herself is caught up in serious accusations that could permanently stain her legendary reputation. Sources say it's hitting her harder than anyone imagined, with whispers about major backlash that could tarnish her decades-long career forever. And Joy Behar? She's in deep, waist-deep in a legal nightmare that's spiraling out of control fast.
Deliberate, concerted, repeated pushing of hoaxes. You're like, wait a second, like, come on, man, this is too far.
Word on the street is even her lawyers are sweating bullets, unsure if they can handle the weight of this legal storm that's raining down on them. They're starting to feel the heat, big time. This storm isn't going away anytime soon, and it's painfully clear The View has finally crossed a dangerous line, a line they may never come back from. The behind-the-scenes whispers are straight up terrifying. Insiders reveal things are unraveling faster and more dramatically than anyone imagined possible. The chaos backstage is like nothing they've ever experienced, completely off the rails. Sunny Hostin, she's barely hanging on, running on fumes and pure stubbornness at this point. Sources say she's putting up a brave front, but behind closed doors, she's totally overwhelmed and ready to crack. It's getting intense. Producers, staff, and even longtime crew members are panicking, wondering if this is finally the end of their once thriving show. The View is imploding under its own drama, and the fallout is leaving everyone shaken and uncertain about their futures. Every corner you turn, there's another scandal, another lawsuit, another big name dragged into the mess. It's like a wildfire tearing through the show's reputation, and no one's safe from getting burned. Even the most loyal fans are starting to wonder if their favorite daytime guilty pleasure can survive this epic meltdown. Make no mistake, this disaster isn't just another entertainment story, it's history in the making. The View might really be canceled this time, and nobody saw this coming.
Average out The View hosts among the dumbest people on television. And so it's like they say the thing that people are thinking, but they say it very directly, so they expose whatever truth.
Watching The View these days feels more like witnessing the most dramatic reality TV reunion ever, not your typical daytime gossip session. But here's the craziest part. Now, Hollywood's elite and political powerhouses are teaming up to shut it down for good. We're talking Elon Musk, Donald Trump, Joe Rogan, and get this, Carrie Underwood. Yep, country sweetheart Carrie Underwood. These aren't just angry online trolls. They're huge names, and they're fed up with being dragged through the mud. The View's hosts have been slinging accusations, twisting words, and stirring backstage gossip for way too long, and now they're finally paying the price. Celebs and influential figures are done being targets of reckless rumors and shady on-air attacks. This isn't just petty beef, we're talking about a full-scale war, and the battle lines have been clearly drawn. Here's the kicker that'll blow your mind. ABC execs are genuinely terrified and seriously thinking about pulling the plug. Yes, you heard right. Cancellation and suspension are actually being considered as we speak. ABC bosses are losing sleep, panicking behind closed doors because advertisers, the lifeblood of any daytime show, show are bolting faster than anyone could imagine. Major sponsors have been abandoning ship within hours of the latest lawsuits dropping, and ABC is scrambling like never before, desperate to avoid the tidal wave of disaster headed straight for them. And trust me, when those sponsors pulled out, it rocked Hollywood to its core. A prominent media analyst didn't hold back, bluntly stating, if you average out the View hosts, you're looking at some of the least careful mouths on television.
This is an adorable name, and perhaps a grown woman who named herself Whoopi should refrain from mocking a 4-year-old for the name his parents gave him.
Yesterday, Elon Musk took his son X to a press conference. I did not name the child. And I don't want to hear any more mess about our names, okay?
Another insider added bluntly, they might say what everyone's secretly thinking, but they do it raw, unfiltered, and with absolutely zero legal safety net. But what exactly triggered this explosive chain reaction, making billion-dollar sponsors run for the hills and leaving ABC executives sweating bullets? Well, buckle up because it's wild. Apparently, The View's reckless talk finally caught up with them when major celebrities and public figures, tired of being constantly misrepresented, decided they'd had enough. They banded together, filing lawsuit after lawsuit over 30 defamation suits against the show and its stars. Each legal document paints a terrifying picture of reckless disregard, slanderous statements, and backstage scandals that would make even seasoned Hollywood veterans blush. Elon Musk and Donald Trump, two of the biggest voices in business and politics, have publicly slammed the show, demanding accountability for its endless waves of controversy. Meanwhile, Joe Rogan, known for brutal honesty, joined the chorus, accusing The View of repeatedly crossing the line into dangerous territory. And even Carrie Underwood, usually known for steering clear of drama, couldn't stay quiet anymore, stepping out publicly to condemn the endless gossip as irresponsible and harmful. With such powerful names coming forward, The View has nowhere left to hide. Advertisers see this firestorm and are terrified their brands could go down with the ship. ABC execs are now scrambling desperately behind the scenes, holding emergency meetings, debating whether pulling the plug immediately is their only option left. Make no mistake, The View has plunged headfirst into its most chaotic and scandalous chapter yet, and it's dangerously close to total collapse. We're witnessing history unfold right before our eyes, with drama so juicy and explosive, you simply can't afford to look away.
Whoopi is certainly not the brightest person. And what she just said just doesn't make any sense. It's just like so silly to say. It's not a well thought out. It's like if you had an idea for a premise and it was totally baked and half baked and you went on stage with it and it's nothing
Just
there.
go for it. Yeah,
there's nothing there.
So brace yourself because things are about to get even messier, more shocking, and way too intense to ignore. Ready? Let's unpack this disaster. First, let's rewind a bit. The women of The View have been stirring chaos for years. Unfiltered hot takes? Absolutely. Heated on-air brawls? Definitely. Throwing around wild accusations like it's dodgeball? Yep, they've mastered it. They've danced on the thin line between opinion and outright defamation countless times. But somehow, they always got away clean. Why? Because they had a safety net, huge contracts, top-tier lawyers, and a network that conveniently ignored their reckless behavior. But now, that safety net is shredded, and they're plummeting toward a brutal reality check. The fall is coming, and it'll be nasty. Whoopi Goldberg, once praised as Hollywood royalty, is now at the center of an epic PR nightmare. Everything blew up when she targeted Elon Musk, and believe me, she did not hold back. On live TV, Whoopi mocked his child's unique name, openly questioned Musk's mental stability, and even boldly declared him unfit to run billion-dollar companies, all while millions tuned in. Musk, he didn't laugh it off. Instead, he hit back hard. Word on the street says Musk slapped Whoopi Goldberg with a staggering $900 million lawsuit. And trust me, he didn't come empty-handed. Insiders reveal Musk brought receipts, private emails, and alleged secret media connections, claiming Whoopi had shady ties to groups purposely plotting to damage his reputation. This wasn't petty celebrity drama. This was deeply personal. And guess what? That was only the beginning. Then came Carrie Underwood, America's wholesome country sweetheart. But she wasn't playing innocent this time. After Whoopi boldly threw out wild, unfounded accusations on air, suggesting Carrie had shady deals hidden behind her sweet image. The reaction was explosive. Whoopi delivered these claims as if they were facts, but publicly Carrie didn't even blink. Behind the scenes though, Carrie's legal team jumped into action immediately, sending paperwork flying in every direction. Now picture this: Elon Musk, one of the world's richest and most powerful men, and Carrie Underwood, America's favorite country star, both suing the same show back to back.
It is the show that people love to hate.
Yes, that's true.
They get so much hate watching viral clips of them saying ridiculous things. I mean,
Yeah.
it is a rabies-infested henhouse.
That's not just a bad day, that's a complete takedown. And it didn't stop there. Once the lawsuits began piling up, more stars stepped forward. Network executives started panicking, staff members began leaking damaging info, and everyone raced to escape the storm building around Whoopi and her co-hosts. This wasn't about a single shady comment or one offhand jab anymore. It was years of unchecked gossip, shade slinging, and reckless talk finally catching up to them. Now, every episode, every hot take, every reckless remark is under the microscope, dissected by lawyers smelling blood in the water. This isn't just another daytime talk show going down. It's an epic media courtroom showdown that's about to reshape talk TV forever. Carrie Underwood didn't stay quiet. She came swinging hard with a multi-million-dollar defamation lawsuit that left Whoopi's legal team spinning. According to Carrie's reps, Whoopi's reckless on-air remarks weren't just opinionated digs. They were career-threatening accusations. They were outright lies. Lies that cost Carrie millions in endorsements, brand deals, and nearly wrecked her global tour. You don't mess with America's country queen. Her publicist fired back immediately. And trust me, she meant business. Carrie had stadiums sold out, albums hitting #1, and a flawless reputation she'd built for decades. Suddenly, Whoopi's reckless accusations painted Carrie as manipulative and unethical, damaging her image and fan trust overnight. And this was just lawsuit number 2. But then things got nuclear. The Trump family stepped in. Whoopi had relentlessly accused them of shady finances, criminal activities, you name it. She claimed it live on air like a judge handing down sentences. But here's the problem: she had zero proof. The Trumps weren't playing games. Donald, Ivanka, even Eric, all reportedly involved, fired back with a massive defamation suit against The View, accusing the show of character assassination, reckless defamation, and severe damage to their reputation. Sources close to the Trump family said they were sick of being The View's punching bag. They claim Whoopi and her co-hosts had crossed from opinion into a calculated smear campaign. But just when you thought things couldn't get messier, enter Joe Rogan. Yep, the podcast king himself stepped right into this disaster. Remember that strange segment Whoopi aired about him, claiming shady podcast sponsors and tainted products? Rogan says the whole thing was completely made up. Even worse, that segment dropped right as Rogan was closing one of his biggest sponsorship deals ever, which immediately vanished overnight.
As it turns out, I was filthy.
She was so filthy dirty, disgusting, half the place left. I said I'd never hire her again.
I was filthy. And stand on that fact. I have always been filthy. And you knew that when you hired me. I headlined, babe, at your casino, which I might have continued to play had you not run it into the ground.
Exactly.
But
He does that.
you know, listen, how dumb are you? You hired me 4 times. You can go to William Morris and get the things, because I know y'all are going to be looking for it. So talk to William Morris. You hired me 4 times, and you didn't know what you were getting?
Furious, Rogan fought back hard, dropping receipts on his podcast that completely exposed Whoopi's lies. Then he slammed her with a huge defamation lawsuit, accusing Whoopi of deliberately trying to destroy his reputation with fake accusations, knowing exactly how much damage it would cause. But the madness didn't stop there. This wasn't just a couple of lawsuits, it was a full-blown domino effect. Every celebrity Whoopi dragged publicly started following Musk, Underwood, Trump, and Rogan's lead, filing suits one after another. Suddenly, lawyers were everywhere, court documents flooded in, and former producers sponsors spilled tea left and right. ABC's PR teams totally melting down behind closed doors. They initially tried quiet settlements and half-hearted apologies, but nothing worked. As lawsuits piled past 10, ABC execs realized they faced a financial nightmare. Insiders claimed just the legal fees alone skyrocketed past 7 figures, without even counting settlements or rulings yet. Network insiders reportedly held emergency meetings daily. Lawyers flew in from New York and LA. Crisis managers were urgently hired, and internal investigations tore through every controversial episode. Sponsors noticed the chaos early and quietly pulled out, but as the lawsuits grew louder and more intense, advertisers fled faster and faster. By the time Rogan's lawsuit exploded into headlines, ABC was already drowning, desperate to escape a storm that was already raging out of control. At least 6 major sponsors bailed completely, leaving ABC scrambling to fill the slots with low-budget ads that barely covered their costs. Staff morale collapsed overnight. Employees were left panicking, wondering if they'd be next to lose their jobs. Rumors swirled that some staff began leaking damaging info to protect themselves, while others simply quit, unwilling to sink with the ship. The View, once praised as daytime TV royalty, was now whispered about behind closed doors as a sinking ship with no rescue in sight. And the worst part? The storm wasn't even close to finished yet. Insiders warned more lawsuits were brewing, more big names were lining up with legal threats, and ABC was rapidly running out of money and excuses to hold the entire disaster together. This wasn't just a scandal, it was an absolute collapse playing out in real time. The moment the lawsuits exploded publicly, the backlash was instant and savage. Sponsors fled within hours of the headlines breaking. Long-term advertisers, companies that had stood by The View for years, abruptly terminated their multi-million-dollar deals overnight, desperate to distance themselves from the show's sinking reputation. But sponsors weren't the only ones jumping ship. The fans turned brutally as well. Social media lit up like wildfire. Fans demanded accountability, calling loudly for the show's complete cancellation and the immediate removal of the entire panel. Loyal viewers abandoned the show in droves, their trust permanently shattered by the relentless wave of scandals. With 0 sponsors left, public outrage boiling over, and lawsuits piling higher every single day, ABC had no choice. They were cornered, out of options, and the end was coming fast. ABC officially suspended The View indefinitely. Production shut down without warning, taping halted, and the crew sent home in stunned silence. No final episode, just sudden quiet. One insider summed it up clearly. It's not just the lawsuits, it's the permanent damage to our brand. The View went from bold to total liability. Whoopi Goldberg's massive contract is reportedly under review, with execs openly discussing replacements, or even canceling the show permanently. Her ongoing legal troubles have ABC execs seriously worried. Joy Behar is already panicking and lawyered up, fearing financial ruin from multiple lawsuits tied to her name. Sunny Hostin? She's notably silent, likely on legal advice, but insiders say she's quietly navigating her own mounting legal problems. In an instant, The View fell from daytime TV royalty to a chaotic mess, leaving ABC desperately scrambling. ABC is in full crisis mode, trying desperately to pick up the pieces, but the damage is done. Cameras are off, the show's future uncertain, and now the executive producer suddenly stepped down without a word. Never a good sign. Rumors say ABC might try a total rebrand, new faces, safer topics, 0 drama. But honestly, would anyone even watch without the chaos? The whole reason people tuned into The View was for the drama, and now it's brought the show crashing down. So here's the big question for you. Is this the end of The View for good? Should Whoopi, Joy, and Sunny finally face real legal consequences? Or is ABC's reaction overkill? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We actually read them, and your opinion might even make it into the next video. And before you go, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next juicy update. Trust me, this drama is far from over. We've got plenty more tea coming your way soon. See you in the next one.